Good morning. It is day 3 of the weight loss journey. Definitely feeling it more today. My arms and legs are sore. I feel like I'm back to doing like high school sports where, one part of your body just like always hurts. So you have to pop some ibuprofen to kind of help it out. Back in high school, we called it the ibuprofen diet. I had to pop a couple this morning. All well and good. I am off to a bit of a later start than I have been. So I'm going to grab a yogurt, go for a walk. I'm going to be going on my walk solo today. Reason being, it's already about 82 degrees where I live. We're mostly surrounded by like asphalt and concrete and everything. I just don't want Doug to burn his little paws on any of that stuff. If you watched yesterday's video, I apologize for the terrible, terrible audio in the gym. I'm not 100% sure what's going on with the microphones that I bought. We're focused on today though. I'm not entirely sure how the audio is going to do in the gym today. I'm not 100% sure. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. First things first, gotta get a little snack in me, then go for a walk. Man, it really is already quite toasty out here. Here's today's starting point. Gonna try to go a little longer today since I'm flying solo. See what I can do. Boy, I sure hope it does. All right, that's more like it. All right, so for breakfast, we're switching it up just a little bit. Still doing the center cut bacon and eggs. This time I did throw it into one of those wellness wrap tortillas that I used for dinner last night. I also added an extra piece of bacon. So between the extra piece of bacon and the wellness wrap, I added about 125 calories to my normal breakfast total. And I also added about 12 extra grams of protein. According to my app, I don't know how it came out to this, but according to my fitness tracker app, it comes out to about 455 calories and 57 grams of protein. Okay, so I think I fixed the microphone issue. I think it should be a little better today. Not entirely sure why it was so bad yesterday. I'm really hoping it works better today and tomorrow. If not, I have new microphones arriving on Friday. I just haven't been a huge fan of these ones to begin with. Full transparency, I just bought like the cheapest option I could find just to get me started. They've proven why they were the cheapest option so far. So I decided to spend a little more money, get better quality microphones. I'm hoping that's the case anyway. And to make these videos a little more enjoyable for you guys without the horrible audio that I had like yesterday. If it doesn't work out today, I'll just have to do like maybe a voiceover or put some music over it, which are two things that I don't really want to do because I want to keep everything as raw as I possibly can. But you got to do what you got to do sometimes. All right, that's enough yapping. Let's get to the gym. And I tell you what, I know it's only day 3, but I already need to establish a better routine. Get to the gym earlier in the morning when it's still cool. My car currently says that it's 93 degrees outside right now, which is just unbearable to work out in, even when you're inside and the fans and everything. As you get in there, you work up a sweat and everything, and then you want to come out to the nice, like, cool air. But there is no cool air. It's even hotter than inside. I definitely got to get here earlier in the mornings. Like I said, it's a lot cooler. But we'll get into that tomorrow. Today, we got to do what we got to do. All right, here's hoping this audio sounds better. I'm going to do some really light legs. Now, just because I did chest the other day, did back yesterday, did legs today, that does not mean I'm going to stay on this program, I guess you can call it. I'm just trying to get in here. I haven't really established a program for myself yet. I'm just trying to get in here, and again, just get some blood flow. Go. Oh yeah. I'm gonna catch a hammy cramp today or tonight for sure. That's It's a little heavy for my liking right now. I do want to be able to go for my walk tomorrow, so I'm not gonna go stupid crazy. It's only 40 pounds and I'm already feeling it. This is gonna suck tomorrow. But you gotta embrace the suck. Oh yeah. My quads haven't been used like this in a while. I swear they play the most obnoxious songs the loudest in this gym. I don't even know what this is, bro. Oh. This one's gonna be a little awkward to film, but I don't know if it's because I'm laying on my stomach or what it is, but anytime I've ever used this machine, it makes me want to puke. Not gonna puke. Obviously, I'm not that content starved. I just sit up between sets, or else the pressure on my stomach makes me want to yak. This could very well be all I do today. Again, I'm really not trying to do too much. Start out with legs. Now the legs are probably going to be sore, even though this is all I've done. I don't want to do too much to where I can't walk in the morning. That's really important to me, is to wake up, eat a snack, then immediately go for a 1.5 mile, 2 mile walk. I don't want to miss that because my legs are super sore. So this will probably be the last thing I do, just a quick quads and hamstrings thing. Again, just to get the blood flowing to the legs. I can already feel it in my quads, even though I only did like 40 pounds over there. That's what happens when you don't use those muscles for as long as I have. Probably gonna hop on the bike after this. Probably do another solid 2 miles or so. Not training for a triathlon here. Just trying to get blood flowing, get things going again. Manage the soreness as much as I can, the fatigue. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. Oh, I almost got a cramp in my right hamstring. Yeah. Yeah, that's already an issue. There's the cramping. Anybody that played football at any point in their life, whether they played at 5 years old or, played through college, made it to the NFL, whatever, anybody that has played football can relate to those hamstrings, hamstring cramps from hell. They are the worst thing ever, and they come out of nowhere. It used to happen all the time when I was playing football in high school. I would be, sleeping the night away, and at like 2 a.m., just catch a random hammy cramp. The worst. Oh, come on. Six, 7, 8. Yeah. My right hamstring is trying so hard to cramp up right now. So we're gonna leave it at that. That's all we're gonna do today, which is perfectly fine. I'm gonna hop on the bike. Like I said, do 2 miles. We'll see how the legs feel after that. If you keep your legs moving and everything, all these body parts moving over time, the less cramping you get and everything, because the less cramping you get, the less sore you get, that sort of thing, because they're always active rather than letting it sit, get relaxed and everything. That's what causes these kinds of issues. And that's really what I can't really avoid it because I've been inactive so long, but I am trying to do my best to limit them to the least amount as possible. All right, I did 2 miles again. I did about 2.5 minutes faster than I did yesterday. So chalk that up as a W. I know it didn't look like much because really it wasn't. But again, we're just laying that foundation right now. You don't build your house on the sand. You got to lay the foundation down, pour some cement in, build off of that. And that's what we're doing right now. You don't want to do too much all at once when you first start out. Again, that's going to cause you to burn out very quickly. It's going to lead to you being inconsistent because you're going to be tired all the time because you tried to go too hard too fast. I know what that's like. I can relate to that. I've done it probably half a dozen times in my lifetime where I'm like, okay, I'm finally going to get my life together. I'm going to get in shape. I try to go, full throttle right out the gate. And a month or two in, I'm completely burnt out. I give up. And then a month or two after that, I've completely lost all progress that I made. And then I fall down that very slippery slope where I just can't find my footing again and give up, resulting in, destroying my body, becoming inactive. That's what I'm trying to change this time. That's what I'm going to keep preaching. I know I've said it in every video already. I'm going to keep saying it. It's all right to leave a little bit in the tank right now because your tank isn't all that big right now. Would you rather take it easy, ease into it for the first month or two, kind of establish a routine, slowly come into this kind of lifestyle where it's easy to adjust, make small adjustments here and there? Or would you rather, go all in right off the bat and fail within a month? That's the thing about weight loss and an entire lifestyle change is that stuff is not going to change overnight.
It's going to take weeks. It's going to take months. Some of this stuff is even going to take years, and that is okay. All right. If you're my age, I'm currently 26 years old. I have nothing but time. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, I have another possibly 70 years on this earth. I have time to make these changes now that not only affect me now, but will also affect me in the long run. And I'll be grateful to get to 70, 75 years old, a little older or whatever, but I don't want to be just a bag of bones. I want to be able to still do stuff, to do yard work, to do, those sorts of things. So, in order for me to do those things, 50 years down the road, as crazy as it sounds, it's going to take those changes now, and that's not going to happen if I go all in, go crazy, go stupid right now, and burn out in a month or two. Those things, like I said, 50 years down the road, that's only going to happen if I take my time, realize, hey, I have time to do these things. I don't need to, there's not a reason that I need to lose 100 pounds in 6 months. There's not a reason I need, if I lose 100 pounds in 2 years, that's just as good for me because that means I will have been consistent for those 2 years. I will have been going to the gym. I will have been keeping steady with my diet. Honestly, being able to do it for 2, 3 years is far more impressive than being able to do it for 6 months. 24 months of commitment is way more impressive to me than 6 months of commitment. I'm just saying. That's enough yapping. Gonna go home, fix up some lunch. But first, protein shake down the hatch. This idea worked out so much better than I thought it would yesterday, so I decided to do it again for lunch today. Just a reminder, this is 515 calories, 63 grams of protein. All right, guys, supper time. My wife asked if I could make her a sandwich before she left for work, so I did. While I was making it, I was like, dang, that looks really good, but I probably can't have it because of the bread. I checked, the bread was about 110 calories per slice, 220 extra calories just for the bread. I was like, I don't know if I want to do that, add that many calories. And then I had this genius idea. I was like, oh, lettuce exists. So I slapped some lettuce on it instead of the bread, opted for that. It's such a simple swap. It's still going to taste delicious, but it's little things like that that add up over time. I always hear that with weight loss or just getting fit in general, it's always 20% exercise, 80% diet. Yes, that may all be true, but something I think that always gets lost is it's also 100% mindset. Your diet can be as easy or as hard as you make it. I think a lot of people make it way harder on themselves than they need to. It can seriously be something as simple as this. I got 6 slices of peppered turkey breast. I cut up a tomato. I threw a slice of cheese on there, low fat cheese. I threw some mustard, which has 0 calories. I threw on 1 serving of mayo, which comes out to 45 calories. And it's reasons like this here that I can't follow like fad diets. With keto, you have to eat specific foods. You can't go over specific levels. I mean, ketosis is so easy to fall out of. I mean, you can sneeze and fall out of ketosis. I don't want to follow a diet like that. There's so many factors into a diet like that. And it's not just keto. I mean, it's any like fad diet. You got to find certain foods that work. If you don't have those certain foods, you're kind of screwed. But with low calorie and high protein, is a calorie no matter what it is. Now, I'm not saying to go out and stuff your face with donuts or anything. But what I am saying is you can also enjoy these things as long as you're also in a calorie deficit and also hitting your protein intake. So if you're eating, 2 donuts that equal, I don't know, what, 700 calories, but then you're burning like 3,000 calories a day while also hitting your protein intake goal, well, then those donuts honestly don't even really matter. Now, again, I'm not encouraging you to just go out and eat a box of donuts or, you know, anything like that. I'm just saying if you are in a calorie deficit and hitting your protein intake goals, you are still going to see results. You don't have to make it too terribly hard on yourself. You don't always have to go out and buy the healthier brand that's, $10 more expensive than the regular brand. You don't always have to do that. And I think that's something that people always misunderstand. Moral of the story, as I've already stated, your diet can be as easy or as hard as you make it. If you make it hard on yourself, it's going to be hard. You're going to fall off the wagon eventually because it's going to be too hard to keep up with. But if you do little things like this where you say, ooh, a sandwich sounds good or whatever, and you find alternate ways to still eat what you want, then it is going to make a world of a difference and you're going to want to stay on track. And you're going to be able to stay on track so much easier. All right, I'm hungry. I'm done talking. I'm going to eat. Man, I tell you what, that sandwich really hit the spot. That far exceeded my expectations. That was seriously delicious. All right, gonna go ahead and wrap up the video here. Today, we nearly nailed the calorie goal, which is awesome. Trying to stay around 1,500 calories while consuming about 200 grams of protein. Today, I consumed about 1,511 calories, so 11 calories over goal, but it's fine. We're just under that 500 calorie deficit. They get about 190 grams of protein in on the day, so just about 10 grams short on that. Again, it's one of those things I could eat like a yogurt or something right now. I don't want to. I'm pretty happy with where the calories are. I feel great, honestly, I do. I know it doesn't look like much, but I promise you, everything that I am eating is filling me up. I'm not, starving myself like I did the last time I, did this kind of journey. I'm a little bit smarter this time around, so I have a better idea of what my body needs. It's a pretty good ratio, almost 200 grams of protein versus 1,500 calories. That's good. They say you want to have about 1 gram of protein per 10 calories. So we are far exceeding that. I promise you, I'm not eating anything off camera. If all my totals sound kind of off, I'm not doing any of the math. I did the first day and I said, to heck with this, it's too much. I downloaded an app where I just type in my foods. It's really nice. It's got a thing where you can scan the QR code and it immediately brings up all the totals for everything on that thing that you scan. So that really helps me out, saves me a lot of time, saves me a lot of math. So that's what I'm going based off of. Again, my totals today were 1,511. My protein intake was about 190 grams. According to my fitness app, I burned 2,000 calories and some change today. So the levels are nearly perfect. If we can find a way to get, 10 more grams of protein in a day, that would be exactly where I want to be all the time. Again, there's still a lot to learn. We are still, brand new to this, still figuring out what works. But anytime you can hit your goals or come so extremely close to hitting your goals, that's a win. Again, like I said yesterday, you'll take the wins when you can, especially when you first start. So we're definitely chalking this one up as a win. I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta edit this video, get it out, go to bed, do it all tomorrow. We'll see you then.